Alrighty. Recording? Oh, we're recording? We're good. Okay. Want to have kind of a serious moment here. This is one of those videos that's basically freestyle. I'm expressing my thoughts while they're still fresh. For those of you guys who may or may not know, the last episode, which is episode 8 of the Never Stop Tour, has been uploaded on Peric's channel. That was it. We had 8 full episodes. And for those of you guys who don't know what the Never Stop Tour is, then check this link right here. I'll leave a playlist of all of these episodes. I'll leave like a little summary below as to what the Never Stop Tour is all about. In short, it was Peric and I's first time ever doing a big project. So this series, what did the Never Stop Tour series mean to me? As a kid, I wanted to be like Bill Dance. I wanted to be like Hank Parker. I wanted to be like Jimmy Houston. I always wanted to have my own fishing show. That looked like so much fun to me. I grew up fishing at a very young age. I was 4 years old when I caught my first fish. Ever since I did that, it was one of those things that I was like, look, whatever I do in this world, whatever I'm meant to do, it's got to have something to do with this amazing, beautiful pastime or sport. It's who I am professionally. It's who I am as a person. It's really enabled me to kind of shape my current life and my current lifestyle. And little did I know, I was going to get to this point on YouTube to where I could make videos, go fishing, share this content with you guys, and make a living doing it. Along with doing YouTube, I still always kind of wanted to do a big project, and that's kind of what led to the Never Stop Tour. I wanted to do something big, something giant, something more meaningful for me and for all of you guys out there. So the backstory basically is a company called Badfish TV reached out to me early this year. I believe it was in February. I was actually still ice fishing. Marty over Badfish TV emailed me, got in touch with me. I got to talking with Marty. We got to hash out some of the logistics. I gave him all my ideas and stuff like that and see what we could make work. I gave him a bunch of different stuff, and I was like, well, what if you guys send us over one of your cameramen and we figure something out? Like, would you be willing to do that? And in a heartbeat, they were like, yeah, for sure, we can send one of our younger dudes over. That younger dude being Wes Davis, who was the one and only videographer on this Never Stop Tour. There was no one else with us. Now, we still need an idea. We needed what this thing was going to be all about. And I really stressed over this. Like, what was the idea going to be? I have, no joke, like a journal, a bunch of Word documents of ideas that I had of like, okay, can we do this? Can we do this? Will it be good? And I thought for a very long time, and I didn't realize that the golden idea, the idea I've been looking for this entire time, was right in front of me. That idea being, just go out and fish. Just literally go out and fish. That's what I do every single day. So why don't we do a more produced, more professional, more exciting version of that? So Peric was like just getting into his second year of college. I called him up and I pitched him the idea. I was like, dude, let's go to Ontario, to Canada, and just chase smallmouth and we'll film it. I've known Peric for 6 years. He's a very good friend of mine. We've been fishing for a very long time, so I thought this would be like the most appropriate person to partner up on a project like this. So we had an idea. We had the people to help us catalyst this mission and film this video. Everything was coming together. It was like seeming kind of surreal. Like, I knew we were starting to work on this whole project, but I didn't think it was actually gonna work. I honestly thought we were gonna come up with all these ideas and this concept and it was just gonna fall through. I didn't have any confidence in it. I'll be the first to admit that. And then all of a sudden, we had the opportunity to work with Carhartt and Toyota. Granted, they weren't like a huge title sponsorship for us, but they helped us out with this. And that was really key. But see, the thing is, I think being with less brands, being with less companies, freed us up, allowed us to do what we wanted to do, not what they wanted to do. And that was the main purpose of this first ever Never Stop Tour, is we wanted to do what we wanted to do. We wanted to film this very unorganized, this very laid back series, to the point where we're not even planning where we're going. We have no clue where we're fishing. We're exploring an uncharted territory. For us, we've never been here before, and that's what the goal was. I wanted to be about 2 young anglers traveling up north for the first time ever and experiencing what Ontario has to offer, what Minnesota has to offer, and capture our emotions, our screw-ups, our many screw-ups, and our successes, and make it into this Never Stop Tour, this Never Stop Bad Fish Series tour. Wes literally flew down from Florida to Chicago. I picked him up at the airport. I had never met him before. He's never met me before. And we just had to kind of roll with it. We went and met up with Peric, and we just kind of talked. I remember this very vividly, and we were like, okay, so we've got the truck, we've got the boat, we've got the cameraman, we've got all the equipment. This is actually happening. Like, I don't know if anyone else was thinking it, but I definitely was. And I was like, we're actually going to do this. Like, this is actually going to happen. That was big for me. That was huge. And yeah, I mean, you guys saw it. We went on this trip. There were so many disasters. There were so many failures. There was so much going on. There was a few times in this trip, especially when we got to some of the smaller lakes around Mille Lacs, I started to doubt. That's when doubt kind of kicked in. It was the point where we were running out of time for filming. I didn't know if we were going to make it to Canada. And dude, I was freaking out, man. Every single morning I went to bed thinking, what are we going to do tomorrow? What are we going to do? Because nothing's planned. We've got no agenda. We've got no idea what's going to happen. It was a very scary feeling. And doing bigger projects like this just intimidated the hell out of me, dude. To be very honest with you guys, I didn't know if we were going to be able to do it. So now you kind of know the whole background behind the whole Never Stop tour. I don't think we did a very good job explaining this series. And I think that was the other issue with this series, is there wasn't much context. I wish we'd have taken more time and talked to the camera and just, I don't know, man. I liked this series. I loved it. It was the most amazing trip, and Peric and I will both agree it was the most amazing trip that we have ever gone on, and possibly one of the best trips we will ever go on, because it was just such a raw experience. But I wasn't, and I'm still not completely satisfied. I don't know if I love the way it turned out, and I'm not saying that because of what Bad Fish has done. I'm saying it because of like what we did in front of the camera, like what we planned to do, and I use the word planned very lightly. Looking back now, I wish we would have really expanded our options. I really wish we would have thought more outside the box. I think we started to think more outside the box, but we kind of started to narrow the farther and the farther the trip went. And I read a lot of you guys' comments, and a lot of it, and I mean a lot of it, was amazing feedback. You guys were super encouraging, but there was a lot of people out there that seemed genuinely disappointed. People that I've seen on other videos comment immaculate stuff and say amazing, beautiful things about past videos, but they weren't really stoked about how this turned out. They were a little bit let down, and that to me means a lot. I wanted this series to be for you guys. We're not making this video so that we could watch it later. We made this video so you could watch it, and so that you guys could come home from school and work and have something to enjoy. That was the purpose. We wanted you guys to feel like you're with us and enjoying this experience. I can't be a perfectionist about this, but I would just watch the final episode, and I was a little disappointed. I was, man. And like, I'm extremely proud of what Peric and I and Bad Fish created here. We did something very different. I feel like we've done something that no one else has ever done before. But we didn't push it to the limit. I felt like literally that the Never Stop tour stopped. And I don't mean that about the fact that it was the last episode. I mean that like our energy, our spirits, our drive, it stopped. I want more. I want to go out there and film the next one. I want to go out there and hit it even harder. I think if this turned out perfect and ideal, and if everything went right, that'd been bad. That'd been real dangerous. Because you know what? There's no drive to become better. In my mind, this isn't it. This was not it. This was a very good series. This was a very awesome experience. I will never regret anything we did on this experience or regret this series. I think it was the most incredible thing I think Peric and I have ever done. Man, just gives me chills. That was the most incredible trip of my life. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I would. A lot of what you're seeing right now is it's just over. We worked on this project for almost a year, and it ended in 8 episodes. What the hell? So guys, there's my reflection on the final episode and the final chapter of the Never Stop tour. With that being said, I want to say that I plan on continuing this series. The series is just starting, guys. The Never Stop tour is bigger than just 8 episodes. It's bigger than just traveling to Ontario. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the love and support that this series has received. It would be nothing, and I mean this, it would be nothing without all of you who watched it and backed it and supported it and gave us great feedback. On that note, keep fishing, never stop.
We're about to cross over the Canadian border.
Canada smallmouth, Lake Wood smallmouth right there.
Well, that right there, folks, might be the newest state record. We are very unprepared.
Freaking gator!
Gator in the grass.
Get him! Parrot, get him! Get him, Parrot! Get him!
I had no clue what we were doing then. I don't think that's good.
It's not safe.
I mean, I feel like we're in the epicenter of where a lightning strike should be.
Oh my gosh. That freaking tank! Oh, it's a tank! It's a tank, dude! It's a freaking... Look at that fish, dude!
That's like that's at least 3.5.
That's over 3. This is just a beginning dose of it, and we'll catch you guys in the morning. As always, keep fishing.
And never stop on the Never Stop Tour.